Here are my rankings for the top artificial intelligence AI tools for general and professional use. The top AI tools are ChatGPT, developed by OpenAI, Gemini, Google's large language model, and Grok, developed by Elon Musk. For general use, the top AI tool is ChatGPT, number 2 is Google's Gemini, and number 3 is Grok. For professional use, such as legal, business, and academic, where research, reading, and writing are important, ChatGPT is number 1, number 2 is Grok, and number 3 is Gemini. And if you're looking for free options, Google Gemini is number 1, and Microsoft Copilot is also a good free option. In the rest of this video, I will give you my reasoning for these rankings. So for the past few months, I have paid for the premium subscriptions of the most popular artificial intelligence AI large language models. And these rankings are based on my experience. For general use, I rank ChatGPT number 1, Google's Gemini number 2, and Grok number 3. I tried Claude AI, however, its usage limits were too limiting, and I cannot justify continuing to pay for Claude AI. For professional use, for example, legal, especially for legal work, business and academic uses, where research, reading, and writing are important, I would rank ChatGPT number 1, Grok number 2, and Google Gemini number 3. In this context, I rank Grok above Google Gemini because I have found flaws in Google Gemini's outputs. Specifically, in order to get the outputs that I want with Google Gemini, I have to put more specifications when compared to ChatGPT and Grok. Also, sometimes it will forget my specifications, and also it will draw information from I don't know where, maybe from previous chats. Strange outputs. So if I'm doing serious legal writing and reading and research, or academic work, serious work, I cannot use Google Gemini heavily. I have found that I have gotten reliable results and satisfactory results from ChatGPT and Grok. I especially like Grok because of the outputs. The writing style is similar to my writing style. I put ChatGPT above Grok because it is more versatile. You can upload different types of files. Also, if you're doing a longer project, ChatGPT will be able to maintain consistency over a longer chat session when compared to Google Gemini and to Grok. Google Gemini will just start acting weird. Grok will actually say, hey, you've reached the limit of this specific chat. What I do in that situation, I will ask for it to summarize the chat and actually even write a prompt that I can use in another conversation. It's a little disruptive, but it's still workable. So basically it warns you that there's a limit, then I make adjustments and just start another conversation. ChatGPT, not a problem. Occasionally I've had problems where if I'm asking it to do a large amount of text analysis, specifically if I ask it to write a draft that's very long, it will start to malfunction. It won't give me the full draft. So in these situations, one of the things too is learning how to recognize the limits of these artificial intelligence tools and to be able to work around it. So in these situations, when you're writing something, it's better to go section by section. So the use cases that I'm discussing here are primarily textual tasks. For example, research, summarizing documents, outlining documents, and then creating drafts, and then checking drafts. In the case of Claude, it's too limiting. However, I'm not a computer. I do not do coding. But from what I've heard, Claude is a very good tool for coding. However, the usage limits for coding, it also limits it. So if I were a professional coder, I would at least try the Claude's top tier, which is $100 a month. So the top, in summary, for general use or professional, legal, academic use, I would recommend, if you're going to pick one, ChatGPT, and then pay for 1 month, $20, to truly experience ChatGPT. And I would really work with ChatGPT before trying out the other artificial intelligence tools, because ChatGPT gives you the best outputs. You'll have the best user experience. Then you can use that as a standard to compare your experience with the other artificial intelligence models. What I actually did was, on some tasks, I would actually run all the models simultaneously: ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, and Claude, and then I would see how they would perform. And frequently, for whatever reason, ChatGPT would be the winner, and Grok would also be number two, or those would be the two I end up using. Gemini would be flawed for some reason, and then Claude, the usage limits were always limiting. So let's talk about the free plans. If at this point, when it comes to textual tasks like research, reading, summarizations, writing drafts or helping to write drafts, free is not really going to be adequate. I mean, it's worth it to at least try these artificial intelligence tools for 1 month. The subscriptions are usually $20 to $30. There's a great potential that you will increase your productivity, it'll save you time, and your outputs will actually, maybe your production will actually be better if you know how to use these tools properly. But in terms of free, I would rank Google Gemini number one, because there's so many different options. It's integrated with Google Search as well as with Google Space, and they're always rolling out new tools. Microsoft Copilot. Now, I have the Microsoft Office 365, which is the paid subscription for Microsoft Office, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. And I have turned off Copilot in the Office applications. I found it to be actually counterproductive. But I'm open-minded. I'll keep an eye on it. Now, the Copilot Pro uses ChatGPT. Now, in terms of free, I actually used a free Copilot. I found it very handy. Sometimes I'll ask it questions about Excel, PowerPoint, or Word. I'll ask it to do some searches because it's integrated with Bing. So it is a useful artificial intelligence tool. So basically, currently what I'm doing is I'm paying for ChatGPT, Grok, and Gemini, and I also use the free or the Copilot not Pro, with no additional charge. Copilot Pro is an additional $20 a month above Microsoft 365. So I have Microsoft 365, and I use the Copilot that comes along with it, but not to actually. I don't actually use it within the Office applications, Word, PowerPoint, Excel. I've tried it, and it just, I haven't gotten it to work. I'll reassess every few months. Now, at the bottom, I have a category of research artificial intelligence tools. I actually paid for Perplexity. Perplexity is kind of like it's a combination. It's a search engine powered by artificial intelligence. I pay for it, and I felt that the outputs were very useful. However, currently, I don't in terms of paying for $20 a month, I can't personally justify it, because it doesn't give me anything more than my other artificial intelligence tools. But if I were doing heavy researching, I definitely think Perplexity is a tool to consider. Now, I feel like Perplexity may lose market share because Google has come out with a tool called AI mode. You can go to labs.google or search for Google AI mode. And what that does is it operates similar to Perplexity. You do a Google search, but it also uses Gemini to augment and enhance that search. And I feel like Perplexity may lose market share because of Google AI mode. And I use Google AI mode a good amount. There's an artificial intelligence tool that I have not tried so far, consensus.app, which is specifically designed for academic research. So if research was an issue, those are things that I would try.